Good morning, everyone. This is Melody from the From God to Your Belly Facebook group. Today is day 5 of the 7-day self-care challenge, and I'm going to do a combo today. I'm going to do yesterday's day 4, which is stepping into joy, and then today, which is behold thy beauty. To me, they're kind of linked, and I'll tell you why. Most of the times when people don't step into their joy, it's because they're fearful of something. And that's my reason why I don't fully step into the joy of everything I need to do, because there's an opportunity cost for everything. And I want to be mindful of that. I'm not by myself. I have kids, the husband, the house, and everything. What would bring me joy is to run off to an island, travel everywhere all the time, see new things, see new places, experience different things. But here I am, I'm a mother, thank the Lord. I'm blessed to have 2 amazing children. As such, there's a responsibility to be around to help to sow into them seeds that will help them to have a positive future. And also the financial aspect. Somebody has to take care of them. So between the hubs and I, that's what we do, so we're here. Now, it doesn't stop me from enjoying myself, but I can empathize with people who don't fully do the thing that they love because of joy. Or you just weigh the pros and cons. What is the thing that would cause you joy? Is it spending the day at the beach? You can totally do that. Is it having experiences of different things? There's so many ways to do that. As long as it's positive and it's something that you enjoy, other people don't have to understand it or even be interested in it. It has to be something that you're interested in. All right, and so I'm going to share a little bit about a fear I had when I was growing up. And so I have rheumatoid arthritis, and it started in my left shoulder and my left elbow. And it was really painful. I was in high school, and I just thought that, my elbow got swollen. If people saw it, they would, I don't know what. I didn't verbalize or quantify what the thing was that I was afraid of. And so I would have clothes that had the 3/4 sleeve. When I would design clothes for myself and my mom and grandma would sew it for me, they always had a sleeve that came just below the elbow. I don't know why, what I was afraid of. I don't know. To this day, I can't say, am I afraid that they will judge me or hurt me or laugh at me? There was just a general fear. Not crippling, but just enough for me to say, let me just have a 3/4 sleeve so I don't have to think about it. And when I got into college, that fear went. I just didn't think about it anymore. I wore whatever I wanted to wear. It didn't affect my abilities in college. It didn't affect my dating life. It didn't affect my career and the way I make my money. It didn't affect the way I felt about myself, at least anymore, because I was afraid when I was a teenager. But no, I don't care. And it was freeing. I just, this challenge made me kind of think, I don't fear wearing short sleeve anymore. Weird. But some fears for people begin when they're young. A defining moment of something happening or something not happening that could have caused them to feel a certain way. Maybe they didn't feel protected, or maybe they were overprotected. All of that can bring in fear. What I'm going to ask you to do is to get out your journal and kind of write down some things that cause you angst, make you nervous, make you stressed out, anxious. List it all down so you can put the word to the feeling. and then look at the item and, I guess, compare it to what the reality is. And that should help you put perspective. Is it a real fear or is it a perceived fear? Are you real would be like in fear of your life. If you're in an abusive situation and you're afraid that if you speak up for yourself, you're gonna get like cuffed upside the head, then that's a real fear. If you feel like you have the imposter syndrome where you're at work and you have ideas that you want to share and you're afraid to share it because you think people will laugh at you or make comments or sly remarks. If God put it in your heart to have that idea and to express it in that moment, go for it. God is bigger than all these people at work, and they don't mean anything. That idea that God put in you, that's the thing that you need to speak. And if He gave you the power to have that idea and the ability to express it, if you don't express it, then that's being disobedient to God. And you may lose the ability to have those ideas and that creativeness. So, those things happen to people. Gosh, have you heard Les Brown's story? When he was younger, he wanted to be a part of the play and he had to say a poem and he froze up on stage, started to cry, and this one teacher who spoke to him and he was able to go out there and say that poem from his spirit. And now look at that. He conquered that fear. And what does he do for a living? Change people's lives by the way he speaks life into them. That was his thing, but you just have to get over that hump of fear. People fear how they look. That's why day 5 is so important. Behold thy beauty. In your spirit, you should feel like you're beautiful because you're a creation of God. And everything that God made is beautiful. Regardless of how it may appear to other people, it doesn't matter. You're absolutely beautiful. Let me let this thing pass. We're not competing. Some people, and I hear that at work all the time or just being around other ladies, they'll say, oh, my belly's too fat, or my thighs are too big, or I'm too fat, or my hair is too whatever it is. Oftentimes the other women will kind of jump in and say, no, you're curvaceous, because there's a spirit in us that want to care for each other and support each other. But on the flip side, the person who's finding these faults with themselves is insecurity and fear of being judged. As women, we should not judge each other, especially about our physical attributes. The woman is sacred. Woman is life. The womb, the spirit, nurturing. The world couldn't survive without that. So whatever form that takes place, whether, like me, when I was young, I was super skinny. I was a good 95 pounds for a long time. Even in college, I was in a size 0 jeans. That store, I think it was called 579. I used to shop there all the time because that was the place that had the size 0s and extra smalls, and that's what I could fit in comfortably. As I grew, had children and all that, I kind of filled out. And I was, that caused a little, I wasn't curvaceous, so I didn't have large boobs, but I was okay with how I was. It's society that says, especially in the Caribbean, it seemed like they prefer a more rounded figure. And so I was conscious of that. Not anymore. And so I encourage you, if you're a woman who think you need to lose weight, or you need to lose this, or you need to get bigger or smaller, or oh my God, you know what the trend is now? And I see that at work all the time. People are using their stimulus money to get plastic surgery. They're at the hotel doing Brazilian butt lift. They do the surgery in Hialeah, and they come to the hotel to stay. They do boob jobs, tummy tucks, all of that, because they don't feel like they're beautiful the way they are. These doctors are making a killing. If ever there was a market segment or an industry that was making a killing during this time, it's the medical industry. Plastic surgeons. Huge amounts of money. Week after week, they all come in. Brazilian butt lifts all the time. Boob jobs all the time. They could have used that money to start a business, have an experience, something, plan for travel to Europe, or, something more fulfilling with your life than trying to fill an image of what society says is beautiful. What are they going to do when society says, well, if you look like a stick, that's going to be the new way that women are sexy? They're going to have to go pull out the butt lift situation, reduce the boobs, and go on a starvation diet. It's like you're at the whim of what society. And whose society? All the people who are making advertising, selling products. And they only do that so you can feel like to get to be the person they're picturing in that video, you have to look a particular way. My peeps, don't fall for it. However you are absolutely beautiful. If you're a man, you're absolutely handsome. You don't need all these other things to fluff you up or mold you and shape you into something different than what God has made you to be. Okay? I know it's a thought that you can't just and be thinking that way. It's a journey. Use some of the tools that I gave you this week in the challenge. The positive affirmations, writing down how you feel, getting in tune with yourself, not like the self that you want to portray to other people. Be with the real you that nobody sees when you're in the shower or in your bed sleeping. Just be with the real you and get to love you. Once you do that and you have that in your spirit, there's no way anyone can come and tell you that you are not enough. You're not worthy. There's no way. But you have to do the work to build up yourself. Get a journal. Write about how you feel. Fill your mind with all the things, all the positive, life-affirming, self-affirming information that's out there. There's a lot of people who, YouTube has a lot of information. There's people with podcasts. There's shows and documentaries, all of that. Fill up your mind with all that stuff so that when you need to pull on it to help you through somebody making a comment on the sly, because they're always on the sly. I've seen it in action. This girl, I think it was Tuesday when I was at the front desk. She couldn't pay her bill. And I was helping her go through the credit card situation. And so people were in the line waiting behind her. They were making all these comments and everything. She heard them and responded, and then she just started to cry. And the people behind her were women as well. I'm like, why would another woman say something to hurt another woman? We're all supposed to be helping and uplifting each other. It was a thing and a half, but we got through it. I mean, it appears that this poor young lady had a lot to work on. We all. The point is to recognize that your behavior isn't perfect. You are perfect the way you are, but your behavior. And that's why God put words of life in people around you so that they can plant seeds that will help you grow into who He's called you to be. Just recognize it. And the only way you're going to be self-aware to recognize who you truly are is if you take the time to be with yourself. I'm an early morning person. Becoming self-aware is a practice. It's not something I just get up one morning and I do it. Every morning, 4 o'clock, I get up and I sit in the living room with a nice scented candle, a nice scented sage that has rosemary and rose petals and lavender and sage, and I light that and I just sit with myself. I journal, I think, I pray, and I know who I am. So I don't feel bad about my elbow anymore. I don't feel bad about my weight anymore. None of that. None of that is important. All right. And so if you have any questions or need tips on how to start the process of infusing some life-affirming things in your spirit, message me in the group or post a comment. I'll be happy to respond to that. Part 2 of today's talk is the journal prompt for today's challenge. And it's list 5 physical features that I love about myself. Before you do that, I'm going to recommend that you lock yourself in your bathroom. If your bathroom has a mirror, great. Or in your bedroom, if your bedroom has a mirror. Look at yourself naked. Then get dressed in your favorite outfit and you look at yourself again. And note the things, the physical attributes that you love. Don't judge the things that you'd like to change. If you have a little muffin top, if you have a little arms that shake, whatever it is, don't judge it, don't analyze it. The point is for you to look at things that you love about yourself, your physical features that you love. And I'm going to share with you the 5 that I chose for myself. And I started with 5 and I ended up with 8 because I think it can't hurt to love more things about yourself. And I have it in my diary. So it's for me, if I'm ever feeling down or something, I whip to the page and there it is. All right. So the first thing on my list is my hair. I love my hair. It's thick, it's healthy, and in fact, I'm going to share a story with you. One time my daughter, she used to go to a Montessori school in Davie, and she was the only dark-skinned person in the room, in the class. And she's way lighter than me because, you know, hubby's from Colombia, I'm from Jamaica. But her hair is pretty long down to her butt, but it's almost like this texture. And there was one girl who kept bugging her about her hair, telling her her hair was ugly and all that stuff. And she didn't tell me about it. She was young. She didn't know to tell me so I could go up to the school and act crazy. So I found out when we had her frozen birthday party. And she was in her Elsa dress. We had the whole theme and the decorations and everything was frozen. Winter one side, Arendelle in summer one side, everything was great. And I'm like, I have a little tiara for the princess. I wanted to comb her hair in one and then spritz the ends of it so it'd be like nice ringlets hanging down. She just broke out bawling. And I couldn't figure out why. And I had to close the room door and hug her until she stopped crying. And then we talked about it. And then she told me that this girl at school had said it was a whole thing and a half. So I went to my hairdressing appointment the next time I had it. And I let my hairdresser know that I'm not going to be processing my hair anymore. I am going to go natural. And so we started the process with the treating and the steaming and the clipping. And as my hair grew out, she would give me these styles that would kind of keep the hair protected as the processed ends came off. And eventually we cut it, and it was kind of low. You know, it was a whole process, but I wanted her to know that however her hair was beautiful. And that's when we started the affirmations that we say. And I'm going to post the little video that she and I did of that affirmation. We say it every morning and every night. It's been a few years now. We've added a couple of words, but we say it with each other. I'll say it to her and she repeats it, then she says it to me and I repeat it. Because I want her to know who she is and that everything about her is beautiful. And she gets compliments all the time on her hair. It's just amazing. Thick and healthy and strong, and there's a lot of it. Thank God for my mom and my sister Monique, who help me comb it sometimes, because it's a lot. And so she loves her hair now. Sometimes she wants it out. You know, there's no more cajoling her to do it. She's all about it now. She's confident about herself. And I said to her, if these people stop complimenting on your hair, how do you feel about your hair still? And she said, I love it anyway. So working on keeping her in that frame of mind, because when she gets to high school, it may be another thing, and college and so on and so forth. By the time she gets there, I would like her to fully be confident in herself, how she looks, her hair, her everything. And as a mom, that's all you can do is lay the foundation. So my hair is one, my eyes are another, my lips are another, my smile is another, and my smooth skin. So that's 5. Write your 5 in your diary, your journal. Post it and share it if you'd like. If it's not too risque, you can post a body part. We don't care. We celebrate everyone, love everyone, and want to encourage everyone. So go ahead and do that. All right? God bless you. Have a wonderful rest of the week. Do the challenge. Post your pictures. Follow the journal prompts every day. They will help you. They're actionable steps that will help you to become self-aware and practice loving yourself every day. All right? God bless you.